Have you ever found yourself in a heated debate, presenting all the evidence and logical reasoning, but the other person becomes even more committed to their beliefs? This can be frustrating and make you wonder why people can't see the flaws in their thinking. The answer lies in a psychological phenomenon known as the rebound effect. The backfire effect means that when we are confronted with information and facts that contradict something we believe, instead of changing our view, on the contrary, our initial beliefs are reinforced. This is often observed in heated debates on the internet about political views or other topics. The debates end up with each side defending their point of view, while not listening to the other side and being unwilling to change their minds. This leads to both sides becoming more rigid in their beliefs and the formation of radical ideas. Why does the rebound effect happen? To understand why the rebound effect occurs, we need to examine the psychology behind it. Our beliefs are not just intellectual constructs, they are deeply embedded in our identities. When our beliefs are challenged, it can feel like a personal attack on our character or intelligence. This threat to our self-esteem triggers a defensive response, leading us to reject contradictory evidence to protect our self-image. In addition, our brains are designed to look for information that confirms our existing beliefs. This is known as confirmation bias. When presented with information that contradicts our beliefs, our brain instinctively looks for flaws in the evidence or alternative explanations that support our original stance. This cognitive process further reinforces our existing beliefs and makes it harder for us to accept new information. We all build a world in our minds to survive and find meaning. We do this by observing the people around us, trying to understand them, and putting the information we have gathered together in our minds. It is important that the new information we learn later also fits into this model. But as many scientists have emphasized, our minds are not equipped to handle the modern world. Evaluating evidence, especially when it is complex or ambiguous, requires a great deal of mental labor. Our brains prefer shortcuts. This saves us time in making decisions, especially under pressure. Think of all your beliefs and perceptions as a building. It is a structure that you have built with great labor. Any new contradictory information is a potential threat to your building. You don't want to risk it, because otherwise you have to start the construction all over again. So you develop various techniques to protect your building. This whole way of thinking arises as a result of problems in reasoning due to confirmation bias. The rebound effect affects people in many fields. It plays a particularly important role in the spread of pseudo-scientific beliefs. It also helps us to understand why attempts to refute these beliefs are often ineffective. To better interpret the causes of the rebound effect, it is useful to review the cognitive dissonance theory proposed by Leon Festinger in 1957. We all dislike being wrong and inconsistent. It makes us uncomfortable to have changed our mind about something or to have made a mistake in what we said before. This requires a certain amount of self-confidence and courage. But unfortunately, most of us are not that strong. When we have conflicting ideas and emotions in our minds, we feel uneasy and uncomfortable. This creates uncertainty and imbalance. So, to relax and maintain our mental balance, we manipulate the mental elements that create the contradiction. In short, we deceive ourselves, and this relaxes us. This is where the cognitive dissonance theory comes in. According to this theory, people do not like to have inconsistency and contradiction in their minds. Therefore, they resort to various ways to avoid or reduce inconsistency. Self-deception is one of these ways. Self-deception is one of the most common ways we use to reduce cognitive dissonance. In doing so, we can use a variety of strategies. What are the dangers of the rebound effect? The backfire effect is the tendency of individuals to cling even more tightly to their beliefs and resist when their beliefs or behaviors are questioned or asked to change. This effect can have significant consequences in many areas of life, from personal relationships to public discourse. The rebound effect in personal relationships is as follows. When one partner tries to change the other's behavior, a rebound effect can occur. For example, if one person wants their partner to exercise more or drink less alcohol, The partner may, on the contrary, increase these behaviors. This can lead to tension and conflict in the relationship. The backfire effect in public discourse is as follows. In political debates, people can often become even more hardened to opposing views. Even arguments based on facts and evidence can trigger the backfire effect and make people even more motivated to defend their beliefs. This can lead to polarization and difficulty in reaching consensus. General hazards of the rebound effect are as follows. The rebound effect can make it harder for people to change harmful or undesirable behavior. It can lead to tension and conflict in personal relationships and public discourse. It can make it difficult for people with different views to find common ground and reach consensus. So how can we deal with the rebound effect? It is important to be aware of the dangers of the rebound effect. You can use the following strategies to deal with this effect. Validation and empathy. It is important to respect and try to understand people with opposing views. Finding common ground. People with different views can find common ground by focusing on what they agree on. Small steps. It is important to take small and gradual steps to encourage behavior change. Positive reinforcement. Positive reinforcement techniques such as praise and encouragement can be used to encourage desired behaviors. The rebound effect is a complex aspect of human behavior. Being aware of the dangers of this effect and developing strategies to deal with it can help improve personal relationships and public discourse. The rebound effect is the tendency to resist information that challenges our beliefs or behaviors and to cling even more tightly to those beliefs. This effect is part of how our mind works, and it is impossible to get rid of it completely. However, being aware of the rebound effect can help us better understand our biases and how they affect us. Big industries use the rebound effect in advertising to reinforce what we already believe. Ads are designed with factors such as our personal information, time of day, the culture and political system of the country in mind. It is therefore important to be vigilant and critical of such messages. To overcome the backfire effect, it is more effective in discussions to ask questions that make the other person question their beliefs, rather than presenting facts that directly contradict them. In this way, the other person is encouraged to analyze their own thoughts and perhaps change their point of view. Being aware of the backlash effect and using the right methods to overcome it can help us to be more open-minded and communicate more constructively. What do you think about this effect? Surely you have experienced events related to this effect in your life. Please share with us in the comments. As we come to the end of this video, we would like to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. We hope you enjoyed the content and information we shared with you. If you did, please click the like button below. Your positive feedback motivates us to create more informative and engaging content. Subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to make sure you never miss a video. By subscribing to our channel, you become an active member of our community. Your participation inspires us to create more content that matches your interests and preferences. So thank you for being part of our community. Hope to see you in our next video. Take care and goodbye.